Thanks so much for staying with the McAllen Cable Network. I'm Roxanne Lerma. Today we are out at our gorgeous Quinta Mazatlan, our adobe mansion turned into our nature and birding center. Joining us now, our manager, Colleen Hook. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And our board president, Dr. John Gerling. Thank you for being with us as well.
It's a pleasure.
So let's start with folks that don't know what Quinta is. Colleen, what is Quinta Mazatlan?
Well, simply it's a home and a habitat. It was built in the 1930s by Jason Matthews, and he so loved the forest around the home, and so he encouraged the wildlife here. Then a second family moved in, the Schultz family. They also lived here for 30 years. And they turned a simple adobe home into a mansion. It was a labor of love. And they also loved the habitat around the home. And then the third family was the city of McAllen, who purchased it in 1998. We restored the home. We added trails, labs and classrooms for teaching, bird feeding stations, and we opened in 2006 as the McAllen wing of the World Birding Center.
Wow.
And so we're celebrating our 9th anniversary.
Right, so to celebrate, we're going to celebrate big so that we protect our little gem that's nestled here in the city of McAllen. We have a big fundraiser that's coming up, the biggest for Quinta Mazatlan.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Well, it's called Moon Over Mazatlan, and it's on March the 19th. It's a Thursday evening. And it's an opportunity for us to provide our donors who are working to restore a 4-acre tract of land called Ebony Grove a unique and private experience in the woods. They'll be greeted with an ebony ivory cocktail. They'll walk through the woods with a Peruvian band called Ensemble La Mission.
Wow, okay.
With all sorts of surprises along the trails. They'll end up at the courtyard where Douglas Clark will be unveiling some new bronze sculptures that go on our forest sculpture trail. And then a elegant sit-down served dinner in the courtyard, followed by a walk over to the north lawn where there'll be a piano concert in the forest. So they just
quite a night.
Yeah, quite a night. And we're bringing down Nina McIntire. She's a Russian pianist.
Oh.
And the finale piece is, you know, Richard Moore, the nature reporter.
I know Richard Moore. I used to work with him, actually.
Yeah. Well, he's doing a custom piece that's going to highlight the unique flora and fauna of the Rio Grande Valley. And then Nina, the pianist, is playing live to his piece. So it's a multimedia piece under the stars as the finale of Moon Over Mazatlan on March the 19th.
Excellent. Okay, so this is a pivotal fundraiser for us here at Quinta. Dr. Gerling, why is it so important for us to raise these funds?
Well, Quinta is one of McAllen's premier attractions. We engage in so many activities that are beneficial to the community. We educate people on such things as ecology and sustainability. We educate them on nature. It's a birding center. It's just amazing to come out here and see the diversity of bird populations that we have. And we have a good time doing that under the astute direction of Colleen and her staff. And right now, Quinta comprises approximately 10 acres that's developed.
Okay, 10 acres.
And one of the drawbacks that we have in attracting serious birders is we only have about 30 minutes of trails for the birders to work on. And so with completion of Ebony Grove, we're going to double that trail network, and therefore we'll be able to attract more birders to the area and all the economic benefits they bring, and increase our educational activities. So the funding that we raise through Moon Over Mazatlan, our only fundraiser every year, is pivotal to the current development and future development of Quinta Mazatlan. And we have some rather interesting, grandiose plans for the future because we have another 5-acre tract we wish to develop, but I can't go into those.
Oh, okay, mum's the word right now.
Yes.
Okay, so we are talking about expanding Ebony Grove, so tell us about that.
Well, it's a 4-acre tract of land, and 2 years ago it had a sprinkling of mesquite trees. And board member Jane Kittleman, we call it Jane's Acres, but the formal name is Ebony Grove, and there wasn't one ebony tree on the property at the time. So our initial fundraiser was to purchase 60 large ebony trees and build this wildlife pond. So at Moon Over Mazatlan this year, we'll be unveiling that first phase of the project. And then this fundraiser will now raise funds to provide the understory for the forest, which is where all your birds and your habitat, survive, and to create these trails for people and mini palapas for families and people of all ages to have a picnic or do photography or read, but to really have this feeling of being lost in the woods until the airplane flies over.
The big bird.
Oh, yeah, there we are.
Big bird, yeah. But as John said, it's a very enjoyable walk right now. But you're back at the house too quick, and so this creation of this 4-acre tract of land is literally doubling our habitat and doubling our trails, which means a whole lot more species of birds. And a whole lot more visitors and opportunities for children to learn. We have over 10,000 students that come to Quinta Mazatlan annually for environmental science education, and that hands-on exploration is just so important. And for many, this is their first experience in the woods. Many of the children know of the rainforest and can name the frogs and all the exotic, because of the laptop Google, and that's important hands-on. But we're talking a different hands-on.
Yeah, we want them to be a little bit more interactive.
Yeah, of planting plants in this Ebony Grove, which the children are doing. They're helping us to restore this land, and our donors make it all possible and make it happen, and that's through the Moon Over Mazatlan fundraiser on March the 19th.
Okay, so if they want to get tickets, if they want to find out more about this awesome event, where do they go? What do they do?
So any of our board members?
Yes, as board members, we're very active in the fundraising, and we each sell 20 tickets, and I have a few left, okay? So if anyone needs tickets, they could certainly call the office, and we'd be happy to provide them. And we also look for sponsorships, and I'm sure that there's a way to get those directly at Quinta Mazatlan.
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is quintamazatlan.com, and then 681-3370. And our sponsorships start at $2,500 to $1,000 on down. 25, you're buying trees for Ebony Grove, and you're also buying beautiful cantata stone benches with your company name that can be engraved, or a wedding date, or a birthday date. It could be
so it's going to go a long way. That money goes a long way.
It goes a long way to create Ebony Grove, which typically it probably takes 70 years to create a forest. And we're going to try to do it in 5 years. We're going to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so is there a website again? QuintaMazatlan.com?
QuintaMazatlan.com, or call us at 681-3370. The tickets are $100, and you have to have the tickets in advance of the event, so we can plan a magnificent evening for you and have dinner and drinks ready for you.
Excellent. So you said the 19th?
The 19th, March the 19th.
At what time?
It's from 6:30 to 9:30, and since the pianist is unveiling her new album called Ivory Fantasy, and the drinks are ebony and ivory. The dress,
that's cute.
The dress code is black and white.
Black and white.
Black and white.
Okay, excellent.
But wear your boots or whatever to walk on the trails.
Oh, you want to be comfy?
Yes.
Okay, but black and white.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Dr. Gerling, thank you so much for being with us. Colleen, thank you as well. And it's going to be a magical night, March the 19th, $100, but it's going to go a long way. We certainly hope to see you out there. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roxanne Lerma.